Movies are back.
Welcome, Rhys, and dear listeners, to Movies Are Back. We're back.
Christy!
It's been. I double checked. Last episode we did was January 28th, 2025.
We were talking about things that were coming out, right?
We were talking about the Oscars. Not even the Oscars.
Some of that.
Like just the nominations.
Yeah. And then we were like, what were we excited about for 2025?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how was 2025? It was all right, I guess.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I remember we did a whole episode breaking down just the Superman trailer. So we've already had that movie, and it was good.
Yeah, I loved it.
It was really good.
I got it on 4K. I don't have many, like Chrissy's got an extensive 4K collection. I really don't, and I bought that on 4K.
You're getting there, though.
I'll get there.
Yeah, you're developing, and that's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the 2 Dune movies before Dune Part 3 comes out and do like a 4K watch along.
Oh yeah. I mean, I hope that those movies get re-released in IMAX.
Yeah, because you said they don't have them on.
It would. Well, no, because they don't do the ratio changes.
Yeah,
which is weird. I don't understand that. But yeah, what else happened in 2025? I mean, best movie of the year was, I think, Sinners. At least for my money, it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, One Battle After Another swept the Oscars.
Yeah,
best picture and everything.
Yeah,
it's a pretty damn good year for movies, if I remember.
Yeah,
I have to go through my list, like a bit more consistently to really look at it. But yeah, it's been longer than a whole year. And why have we returned here, Rhys?
There's a new Star Wars.
There's a Star Wars.
A brand new one.
Cue the meme from...
Is it new or is it a very old fucking recycled?
Is any Star Wars really new? They're all just kind of recycled. They're all just a bunch of remakes and sequels and crap.
Yeah, obviously we're talking about the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Is that your best Mandalorian impression?
I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold. I don't know, something like that.
It's okay.
He says it once in the movie. I don't think he said it at all in season 3.
No, he says it in... Does he say it in season 2?
I'm sure he does at one point.
But I'm pretty sure in season 2 he says it, and it's literally the same dialogue, the same recording as season 1, like in the first episode when he says it. Like it's exactly... But in the movie, it is different. It's like a newer record, which is good, I guess.
Did you like the TV show? It's obviously this is based off the TV show.
I mean, I think, the best to start there that this is... And this is the first... Star Wars movie that... No, actually, correction. It's the second Star Wars movie that is based on a TV show first. Do you know what the first one was?
It's not the Clone Wars.
No. It's one that no one talks about.
Caravan of Courage.
Nope. No, those were just TV films. It's called Droids: The Great Heap.
That's not real.
Yes,
I've
it is.
Never heard of it.
It was I think either the last episode or it was like the last 2 episodes of the Droids animated series from like the 80s. And it was when I say movie, I mean like it was just an hour long, like barely.
Was it theatrically released?
No, but it's a TV movie, the same as the Ewok movies were. Like were they theatrically? We don't know, but still, like that. That's a little... There you go. That's how far I know bloody Star Wars is. I'm like, excuse me, actually, this is the second TV film that Star Wars has made.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot who knows this sort of stuff and he fills his head with garbage. But yeah, so this is obviously based off the Mandalorian series. I rewatched the entire series before watching this movie, just because I hadn't watched it in a long time.
No.
It's not something I go back to.
I never rewatch them. I enjoy them when I watch them, and I never have a desire to rewatch them. I didn't like season 3, though.
No.
I knew from season 3, episode 1, I was like, something feels really off about this now.
I mean, that's the weird thing about when you watch season 1, like even, 7 years since season 1 came out, it's still great. It still holds up really, really well.
Enjoyable.
Yeah. Maybe like 2 episodes are a bit meh, like average at best. I really don't like the prisoner episode, but
that's one where it was like they ran out of money and we're like, we've only got this hallway to film it.
Exactly, we just filmed the same hallway. But I like Bill Burr in that episode though, so that's
I do. The weird thing about that show is I can't tell if it's really expensive or really cheap.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Like the visual effects.
They're impressive. They're like movie quality.
Yeah, whenever they show like X-Wings or where his ship flying around, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
But then the interior stuff is the volume, as we found out.
Yeah, and the costuming, it's like, it's on point.
But the costuming gets worse. That's
what
it does.
Season 3, it gets worse.
Yeah. Season 1, you've got like particularly like the stormtroopers that show up, they're all really dirty because it's obviously like the Imperial Remnant. These guys have just been kicking around, like they don't have the same facilities. So all the stormtrooper uniforms are really dirty, really scuffed up. There's got like some bits missing or something like that. That's in season 1, I think even in season 2. But then season 3, I think there's some stormtroopers that show up at some point and they're just clean, white. Everything's clean.
It just feels like a really like mid-tier animated show by season 3.
Well, I mean, that's not surprising because Dave Filoni co-created The Mandalorian with Jon Favreau. And I think that's where I really enjoyed The Mandalorian, at least the first 2 seasons, really, is that it does feel, in the best way, like what they would be able to do as like an animated series, but in live action. So you still have like Clone Wars characters that show up in season 2, but like the action is still really well choreographed. It's really fluent in a way that like the Clone Wars, the best episodes of the Clone Wars, Bad Batch, it has like really great action sequences. They don't go on for too long. It just has, you know, some nice little sharp pieces that you can think, oh wow, that's pretty cool. I like how they did that. Good stuff. You know, decent. I think that season 1 really works, especially the first 2 episodes. Like I'll never forget watching the first 2 episodes and just thinking like, wow, this is really good because there's not a lot of dialogue. There really is.
Yeah, it's a lot of visual storytelling.
Yeah, and I think the show has always succeeded on that level. Is that when you can draw back the dialogue, when you can just establish like, here's the thing we need to get, here's the guys that are going to do it. Oh no, something's gone wrong. Here's how we're going to solve it. Done. Like that's kind of the formula of the episodes in the first 2 seasons. And again, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No.
But when you hit season 3, it starts being more dialogue heavy. It starts being less visuals. You watch like the first episode of season 3 is weird because there's like 4 different plots going on. They're all kind of establishing like, we got the Mandalorian stuff, then we got the pirate stuff, then we got the like the covert stuff. They're on their little planet, and we've got the other little guys who want to fix the IG-11 up to be like Grogu's puppet or whatever. It's just like 4 or 5 different things are setting up in one episode, and it's just there's no visual,
there's no like
storytelling going on really.
Yeah, it feels like it's going in 5 different directions at once.
Yeah,
and so it's kind of going nowhere.
And I also rewatched Book of Boba Fett at the same time, which I skipped through like most of, if not all of the actual Boba Fett episode. I gave the first episode a shot. I'm like, all right, look, let's see what happens. And it cuts to the first action sequence with Boba and Fennec, and they're getting attacked by the assassins who are all wearing masks. And I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, they shot this during COVID. Like you could just tell that everything's really cramped. Everyone's wearing helmets or masks because they want to kind of hide how constricted the show really was. And it's like, oh, this sucks. I hate this.
Barren.
So I skipped through all of that, got to the actual Mandalorian episode. The single episode with him is great. And then he just kind of...
Do you know what was great about it too? He's not with Baby Yoda.
No.
He's doing fucking cool Mandalorian shit without the...
And I like the idea that he's missing him. Like, he's still thinking about him. That's nice, because I think that presence of that character really did endear a lot of people to the show. Like older fans were like, oh, this is nice, it's a lone wolf and cub stuff. And the kids like it because it's a cute little puppet. Fair enough. I think that they really should have stuck to their guns and done a season, or even this movie, where it's just him. Like, what is this character without this? Like, how is he going to problem solve solutions? Like, maybe he got used to, oh, well, he can just solve this with the Force or whatever. How is he going to figure that out? We never got that because they immediately resolved the whole he goes off with Luke in Boba Fett show, of all things, which was clearly meant to be season 3 of Mandalorian.
It took the wind out of the sails when they did that completely.
Yeah. And then they do another season and it's nothing. It's just nothing. And by the time he ends, you're like, was that the ending of the show?
You're like, why was little Baby Yoda even gone? What was the point of all that?
I don't understand.
There was no point.
I think it was entirely like Disney just going, we want more Star Wars stuff on Disney Plus. And you see that. Like, there was this explosion. I calculated, in the last 7 years since we had the last Star Wars movie in theaters, we've had 9 seasons of live action storytelling and 11 seasons of animated storytelling.
Jesus, that's a lot.
That's split over like 7. Yeah, it's like 7 live action shows and like 5 or 6 animated shows. Which, look, some of that has been some of the greatest Star Wars storytelling we've ever had. Like Andor. like
True.
is
Andor
the
is the
best.
best.
It's the best Star Wars in decades, and I'm someone who defends the sequels, and I will still say Andor is far and away the best thing that they've made since The Empire Strikes Back.
Hard to compare it to anything else.
No.
Like, I mean, in terms of what it's doing, it's obviously doesn't have the same ambitions as the other TV shows.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I adored that show. But with Mandalorian and Grogu, now they've got this movie. It was kind of telling because when I walked out of the theater with my friend, he's a Star Wars fan. He's not as like plugged into it as like you and me.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he knows, he's seen the shows like Ahsoka or whatever.
Yeah.
And when we came out, he was like, I thought this movie was meant to be like with Ahsoka and Mando fighting Thrawn.
Oh, that's what they announced.
Yeah, because they announced that. And
Yeah.
so he was like, I was fine with what it was, but like I thought it would be that. And
You'd think so.
I know what he meant because the underlying idea of what he's saying is, if this is going to be a movie, wouldn't it be a big event and not just a fucking
Oh no, he's absolutely right. I saw
a
this
random like TV feeling thing?
Would you like to tell Rhys, the audience, what is this movie about? Do you want to tell us what the story is, the plot?
Yeah, well, what is the plot? I mean, I guess Mando is sort of working for the New Republic now, and
They set that up at the end of season 3.
They do. Like, he's doing missions for them, and there's still the Imperial remnants, sort of, when it's convenient for the plot, I guess.
Yeah.
So they need to do this deal with the Hutts, those gangsters, Jabba's people.
They're also from Boba Fett, the Hutt twins, who are
the Hutt twins. Yeah,
I think they're the siblings of brother and sister of Jabba.
Yes, that's right. Because So Mando has to go on this adventure with Grogu to rescue Rhoda the Hutt.
Yes,
and when he gets him, they get information about this Imperial person that they're hunting down. Right,
but then that goes wrong.
Yeah. As it would, it gets
now, like what happens.
There's a complication there and some backstabbing.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, like it reminded me of how, when Empire starts and Han's whole thing is like, I need to get off. I need to get out of here because Jabba's coming for me and he's on my ass. I need to keep moving. I need to keep it rolling.
Yeah,
and they kind of do that, like the idea of like, oh no, the Hutts are after him. But they do that for the Mandalorian within like 5 minutes. Like, and they're right in the middle. They just go, oh, the Hutts are after you. Now they're after you. And like, that's it. And they're like, not going to like develop that in any way or make that like much more of the plot. I got to be honest. I think that this might be, and correct me if you think that this is wrong, but this is my call, that I think this might be the worst plot I think I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. For my money, in terms of just like how it flows, like not so much like if it makes sense. I get it. Rise of Skywalker doesn't make a lick of sense, but at least that has like a pace. At least it just kind of keeps going. It makes no sense, but it just keeps going.
Look, I'll say this for Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
The story's obviously bad and the plotting is bad, and it felt like everybody involved knew it.
Yeah.
But at least there seemed to be some attempt to jazz it up as much as they could.
That's what I'm
This
thinking.
is so boring.
Yeah.
I mean...
That's what I mean. Like that.
Yeah, I knew it was in trouble just from the opening scene. I mean, opening scenes in Star Wars, there's usually some kind of intriguing visual or bit of excitement. Mm-hmm. Think of the opening of Revenge of the Sith with the battle over Coruscant.
Yeah.
Or think of The Empire Strikes Back with the probe shooting down. The camera follows the probe.
Even like a weaker movie like Solo still starts with like bang. He's on his he's in his little.
They're trying to grab your attention or something, and this opens just with a bunch of Imperial people around this table,
just
talking about the state of affairs, and the lighting is horrible.
Yeah,
and the camera is just there, getting them all in frame. There's no storytelling. It's flat. It's like this is like the opening of an episode. This is not how you open a movie.
I liked at least that it very consistently with Rogue One and Solo being the spin-off movies, that it doesn't start with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and then the opening. It doesn't have an open credits. It doesn't have a crawl or anything. It just goes little text on screen, which Rogue One and Solo both did. Yeah. Which I like. Oh no, actually, Rogue One didn't do that. Rogue One just started. They were just like, bang, let's start the movie now. Yeah. We got a lot of movie to get through, and this movie was a mess. But still, I like that it was a bit more consistent that way. There's a part of me that's like, look, it's been 7 years. I missed the crawl. Like, I don't know when
they kind of give you a crawl, but it's like a boring crap crawl.
It's
I mean,
just credits.
it establishes the setting for fair enough.
But
like,
we already knew that though, because
but I guess it's for people who don't watch the show.
Exactly. Well, no,
but
the problem is like people who don't watch the show. Okay, but who's watching just the movie and not the show?
well, we're getting that's the real heart of the matter. Is like, why did they even fucking make this movie?
I don't understand that.
I don't really get it. But
I didn't mind the opening, to be honest. I think the opening shot is a bit boring.
Yeah, quite boring.
But like the opening sequence is him, tracking down or sort of nailing down this one Imperial dude who's part of the Shadow Council that we did see in season 3.
Yeah.
All these like blokes who are like, hey, what are we going to do?
I forgot that was in season 3.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It felt like such a non-event.
But that would be more interesting if we, like, the whole movie was him just tracking down all those dudes. And maybe one escapes.
I thought
or something like that.
I thought the movie could have been like that he's trying to thwart some assassination attempt of the New Republic
Something
people.
like that, yeah. Something big.
And maybe they have their own bounty hunter, so he has to fight this other bounty hunter or something.
Like, he's bounty hunter. He, like, inherent, like, his trade is doing that. So, him just... The whole movie is him just tracking down, like, piece by piece. Oh, we've gotten this guy and this guy, and we've got, like, 3 more left, and now we can have a 3 extractor, for example. But I like the opening sequence because there was a bit more fun action. I liked how... And I think they've released a lot of the footage from this out.
They released a sneak peek of it even on Disney Plus as well.
Yeah, I think they actually did screen the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, to some audiences out there. Because I think that honestly they're the best stuff of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's at least like it's got some action, it's got some vibe. Oh, so it's got like a bit of pep,
Yeah.
It's got
some excitement to it. Yeah.
I liked him being in the little chicken walker going down a snowy hill. I kept thinking, see, I think that's that type of thing of kids who used to play with Star Wars toys of like what would those chicken walkers, the ATSTs or those sort of things, what would they do with snow or sand? And yeah, they'd be pretty useless. They're just like walking all over the place and he's barely controlling anything. I thought that was pretty fun. And I liked, with the AT walkers themselves, like he just goes from one to the other, just taking them out. That's awesome. There's like a couple of like sort of longer takes they want to do. I'm like, honestly, me sitting there thinking, okay, some of the reviews are a bit mixed. Watching this sequence, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, no, you know what? I'm into this. And it has the title credits. I'm like, all right, let's go. And honestly, from there on, it just goes progressively downhill. I would say that, like, the whole first half is fine. It's just like it's like a really long, not very good episode of the show. But then it just keeps going. And which was just, that's what I mean. Like, it's the worst plot because it hits a certain point where they've basically resolved the first episode, give or take. Yeah. And then they just go, and now he's going home to just hang out a bit. And then the plot just restarts. It just tells a new story. I'm like, no. What? Where's the pace? Where's the
it's
where's
funny.
The energy?
It's a funny thing because like most Star Wars movies, really all of them, they are episodic in nature.
Like, sure.
They do this thing and then they have to do that thing and then it's like that to that. But it feels like it's building to something.
Exactly.
And this never feels like it's really building anything.
Yeah.
Like there's no great payoff to anything.
Think...
there's no intrigue.
Yeah.
There's no... Like he's fighting the Hutts and it's like... The Hutt was like a minor villain in Return of the Jedi. Like, I don't take them seriously.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, there you go. I was going to lead to this. Like, in Return of the Jedi, they do all the Jabba stuff in the first, 40-ish minutes. Or, like, it's probably, I think it's only like the first 30 minutes. Yeah. They get done with that pretty quickly. That was something that was dangling with Han getting captured and taken away. They get rid of that pretty quickly. It's a pretty fun opening.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's
all
enjoyable.
The puppet stuff and, you know...
And that's something that this movie has very much in spades, is that there's a lot of really cool creatures.
Puppetry shit,
puppetry. There's also a bit of stop motion.
Yeah, with the droids at the end, I think.
Yeah, which I looked down and went, okay, now that's pretty cool. I wish this was in a better movie, but that's pretty cool that you put that in there. Nice. Awesome. Star Wars has always been on the sort of, not even like the cutting edge, but like they do embrace... a mix of the most pioneering digital technologies, but also a bit of old school. And I like that this still kind of stuck by that for the most part. But I don't know, do you agree? This is the thought that I had, that I think that the Imperial stuff that's in the opening should have been swapped with the Hutt stuff. The Hutt stuff, like him going to find Rotter the Hutt, who was introduced in the Clone Wars movie from 2008.
Yeah, as a baby.
Which
I didn't see that movie at the time, but even then,
did.
everyone kept saying this is the worst character in Star Wars.
For my money, in terms of like proper theatrically released Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
I think it's the worst one. Like, I think it's worse than Attack of the Clones.
I've never seen it. I don't want to see it.
I've only been able to watch like up to a certain point, and I just can't stomach it after a while. And I love the Clone Wars show. Don't get me
Yeah, I
wrong.
like the show.
But that is the worst. The first 4 episodes that they decided to release as a movie are the worst stuff in the entire series.
Yeah.
And they made that the film to start the whole thing. Bad start. But I feel like all that stuff of him finding Rotter the Hutt on the planet with the gladiators, that's your opening. Cool. All right. So he gets Rotter back to the Hutt twins. Same thing. Realizes he's actually a good guy and decides to let him off, which pisses off the Hutts. And then he's not able to get the information that he wants from him, so they have to look for that same information about the Imperials somewhere else. Yeah. But the rest of the movie is just the Imperial stuff, because that's more important. That's more consequential.
That's what
narrative.
I was thinking about. Like, why weren't the Imperials the main villain of the movie? Like, why not make
them the main villain
in the? They're a big villain in the show.
All 3 seasons end with him fighting Moff Gideon. But still, like, some manner of the Imperials that are still sticking around and causing havoc. And I get that it's one of those things where, like, well, the canon says this, that actually the Imperials were able to survive and lead on to the First Order and Force Awakens.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not saying... Yeah, but you can still do something where, like, they're bad guys and they have to be foiled.
Yeah.
And, you know, they do this thing where, like, I guess they imply the New Republic, they're rebuilding. So they don't have control yet over everything, so it's like a vulnerable time.
And Sigourney Weaver has like a deck of cards.
That
I said to my head, why is it that she has this deck of like paper cards, not like a, you know, like these little data things they have where they're like a piece
on their
of metal
screens or something.
Yeah, this is like paper cards.
I didn't get that. That was weird.
They have
they're trading cards or something.
Yeah, they have trading cards with perfect representations of each of these secret, super secret Imperial members' faces, except for one, however. And it's never explained to me, like, I don't know, maybe I didn't want this explanation, but I just thought it was weird of, like, why they made of paper. Nothing's made of paper in Star Wars. It's all digital and, you know, like little screens or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they're pieces of metal. So that was weird. Why are they, like, perfect recreations of their faces if they're supposed to be the Shadow Council is what they're called?
Yeah.
And why is it that only one doesn't have their face on it? And at that point, when they said, "Oh well, here's the big bad, the one that we really need to get," I'm thinking, "Ooh, who's this going to be? Is it going to be like Thrawn? Or is it going to be like someone major? Is it going to be like Captain Pelion or
they General play it like it's going to be some reveal?
It's going to be a twist, or General Hux's dad, who's awesome, like someone." And I know this is probably going to get lost on some of the more general audience, but like me as a Star Wars fan, I'm like, you have a great opportunity to really pull something wild and show to the audience, like, hey, we're really getting into the weird stuff now, or something that's actually of some material. But the guy that just shows up is just a guy. He's just a man. Which, funny enough, and this is dumb. Reading this, the character's name is Janu Coin. They say he's like Imperial Commandant Janu Coin.
Yeah.
The actor's name is John Coin.
What?
Now, I would get that if it was someone famous. If Sigourney Weaver's character was also named some Star Wars version of Sigourney Weaver. Or Dave Filoni has a cameo because all the Mandalorian episode directors cameo as X-Wing pilots.
Do you know what his character's name is, by the way?
It's Trapper Wolf. Which, I'm like, dude, I get it. You love wolves, but Jesus, everything he's ever done.
He wears that fucking hat.
He wears the hat. You always got a picture, a shirt with a wolf on it, or a jacket. His favorite Clone Wars Jedi is Plo Koon, and for Plo Koon's clone commando unit, the main guy is called Commander Wolf.
Oh man!
And he leads Wolf Squadron. Also in Rebels, he has giant wolves who are connected to the Force somehow. I'm like, I get it. Jesus Christ! Imagine if it was any other animal. Imagine if like Jon Favreau was just really obsessed with monkeys, so he just kept having monkey characters. Like, it'd be weird. But you know, he's George Lucas's protege.
There's a wolf in this movie too that eats a
that's
babu
right, these
freak.
two. Yes, that's right, because Embo is also a character that Dave Filoni voices.
Oh,
The
no
bounty
shit.
hunter that shows up. Like, that's also...
Why does he have to insert himself
get it.
so
It's
hard
so
into
weird.
this shit?
Like, George Lucas, I'll give him credit. The only time he ever made a cameo or any sort of reference to himself was Revenge of the Sith. He just showed up as painted blue, like, in the background of one scene.
He's
even
not
a
in the
close-up.
whole fucking scene like
No,
Dave Filoni
he doesn't
is.
have dialogue or something like
Yeah,
that.
the camera's not all up in his face like, oh, there he is.
And Kathleen Kennedy never did something like that.
No.
Never. She never had a reference or a cameo or nothing. I think she was in... No, that's right. She is a playable character in the Lego's Force Awakens video game. That's it.
I think Dave Filoni has a fucking giant ego.
Or maybe just everyone just likes him. Really, like, such a nice guy.
No, it isn't that.
It's just cowboy hat Star Wars. That's what this is, you know? I forgot where I was going with this, but I don't know. It just hits this point, and it was just weird. It was weird to watch this movie because it just didn't feel like anything mattered. You would expect that even like the relationship of Mandalorian and Grogu, you know, their sort of connection to each other, it reached its peak with season 2. The whole point of him having this character along with him is he's trying to get him to the Jedi, finally does it, doesn't want to say goodbye, has to anyway.
There's like stakes to it.
Yeah.
But
it's an emotional like center point, which is the end of that season. And I just remembered watching that thinking like, sure, the deep fake Luke Skywalker's weird as shit, but the actual ending of that is so hard hitting.
Yeah.
It really, rewatching, I'm like, this is really, really meaningful. But it means much less because they just resolved it 2 seconds later. So now, what is Grogu here for? To sell toys.
that's what it is. It's like a merchant. It's just a really blatant marketing thing now.
Do you think, and a lot of people have been talking about this, that did you feel that the plot of this movie was like 3 or 4 episodes stitched together?
Yeah, I have heard that.
Because I feel like that. I feel like every 30 minutes there's just like a little break.
There's I mean, I don't know for sure, but it might as well have been.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It might as well have been season 4.
I think if this was the same plot as season 4,
Yeah.
I think the season 4 would be much worse. Like, it'd be terrible. Because if that's what they're doing, that's the best they could come up with.
This was missing like a supporting cast as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
my God.
in the show has a pretty sparse supporting cast, but I mean, Carl Weathers has passed away.
Unfortunately, yes.
But,
Which that made me sad. When he goes back to Navarro, I'm like, they can't have Carl show up.
Yeah,
That
Carl
sucks.
Weathers really added something to the show. He was really
first
cool.
season, he's sort of like, his character is like redemption towards the end. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
so satisfying. And every time he shows up after that, I'm just like, yay,
He
Carl
just gives
Weathers.
it this real fucking charisma. But anyway, I also really like Cobb Vanth, the fucking
oh my
sheriff.
God. Yeah.
You know, really cool.
Everyone loved that guy.
That's what I liked about the show. It's like every episode he'd meet maybe some cool new person. Mm-hmm. But this one, it's Sigourney Weaver fucking phoning it in, giving the worst performance ever.
I watched Cosmonaut Variety Hour, his little video review, and he described her as an NPC. Like she has NPC
was like that.
dialogue.
She's just the one that tells you what objective to
Exactly.
do in like a really bad video game.
Yeah, and the sort of the base that he has is like his hub world or whatever.
And when she's in the fucking X-Wing at the end, my mate laughed.
Yeah, no, my dad too. I saw this with my
Just
dad.
seeing her in that fucking X-Wing, it was goofy.
It was weird because like she's playing this character called Colonel Ward. And I'm thinking, all right, look, you got Sigourney Weaver. I would expect her to be of her character to have like some real gravitas of like, I'm a, hard hitting, but like, a seasoned veteran of war. Like maybe she's been around since the Clone Wars. Like she's seen it all basically. She doesn't need to jump in an X-Wing and fly around.
Yeah, why would she?
She's like Mon Mothma in that way.
That's what I mean. It was like seeing Mon Mothma in a fucking X-Wing.
Yeah, and they've done those general characters. They did General Dodonna. They did another guy in Empire Strikes Back. Can't remember the name of. They General Madine in Return of the Jedi. She's the new one. She's the new like head of the military, basically.
Yeah,
that's the role that she should have.
So why is she in the foot soldier fucking position?
I don't know, because it looks bizarre. It
did look
weird.
really weird.
And don't get me wrong, I like Sigourney Weaver as an actress, but I just don't think
Didn't like her in this movie though.
She's like in her 70s. Like you don't need to cram her.
Why didn't you just? Why doesn't she retire? Like what? It's the lamest like performance. Every time she talks, the movie just stops dead in its tracks.
Yeah, it's weird.
She sucks the fun out of it.
But that's what I think, that energy just kind of affects the whole film. At no point did I feel like anything had a real pace to it, a real energy. It really is like this problem that I think the rest of that this show and Boba Fett had, and in general, like whenever now they've shown Mandalorians, like they've done this whole show about a Mandalorian character, and they've established all these aspects of their culture. It's just less interesting. It's the whole point of Boba Fett back in the day was the mystery of him. Who is this guy? Why does he look like that?
He was basically cool set dressing.
Yeah. And the Mandalorian character, Din Djarin, is the sort of full realization of that mystery, of that cool lone gunslinger walking into town, looking the way that he does, and everyone's like, oh, it's the Mandalorian. Like that sort of style.
Just a race of Boba Fett.
That's why the first season hits so well, because it's pure. It's pure. You could feel that, like, the way that they wrote that just kind of poured out of them, like all these great ideas that they'd come up with when they were kids, or, you know, being great creators. Like Jon Favreau, I do respect him as a filmmaker, because he's very smart in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But this movie doesn't feel pure. It feels manufactured. It feels like it exists.
Did you see the interview where he's like, I don't even know why they wanted me to make it?
Really?
Yeah, he said something to that effect. He's like, he's not sure why Disney wanted to make that movie.
Sorry,
you feel it watching it.
And he said that, we changed plans from doing season 4 into this movie. I'm like,
why?
I don't think that's true. I think that Disney wanted to keep going. He didn't want to, because I think at
lost
this point,
interest probably.
Well, yeah, you look at all of what Star Wars is. I went on a massive tangent. Martin Scorsese is in this movie. My dad laughed at the fact that he's credited in the opening credits as Martin.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
he's like the third guy.
And my dad's like, what is Martin Scorsese doing in this? And he shows up as a
he voiced someone in Shark's Tale, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He's in Shark.
Well, so he has history.
That's different. It's Martin Scorsese in a Star Wars movie.
But he's voicing a cartoon. It's the same in this movie.
True, yeah. But I liked his character. I thought it was
fun.
fun.
I did like it. It added some personality to it.
Because it's Martin Scorsese. Like, he's not only a great filmmaker, he's a pretty good actor.
He's a good actor. Yeah. He was giving it something.
But I don't know, like, this movie it feels like it exists entirely just to satisfy shareholders. Right now,
yeah, it does. Yeah.
The problem, I think, one of the biggest issues I have in the sort of like grand scheme of things is, like, this movie's coming out at a very transitionary period for Star Wars and for Disney, because Disney's now got new CEO. So, you know, old guy's out, new guy's in. He wants to start something new because that's what they all want to do. Kathleen Kennedy's out, new CEOs of Lucasfilm are in. They want to start something new. They want to kind of not clean the slate, but like, all right, now I'm in charge. I want to kind of rectify certain things. And Star Wars itself is entering a new weird era, because, like, the streaming wars are kind of, I don't know, they're plateauing. Like, people aren't as interested in keeping up with every single streaming show. People are now, like, I'll see on so many more trends now, people going back to, like, DVDs and cutting away streaming services and just kind of eliminating that. My parents have already done that now.
My friend just sails the 7 seas now. Exactly.
When something we should all do, it's a nice life. It's nice and free and open.
Not a thief.
But like, I looked up the numbers. I've got numbers to prove. This isn't just my opinion. This is cold hard facts. As I said before, in this last 7 years, Disney Plus have released 7 live action TV shows, including The Mandalorian. They've also released 5 or 6, I think it's about 6 animated shows. Bad Batch, Visions, Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Underworld, Maul, Shadow Lord, all of that.
Yeah.
And all of those came out within the last, actually, majority of them came out within the last 5 or 6 years. Right now, pretty much half of those are gone. If not, most of those have ended. The only things that they have coming out that's confirmed, and they might confirm new stuff with, they got Celebration coming out, Star Wars Celebration for the 50th anniversary of the franchise next year. They've got D23 this year in August, which is where they usually announce a lot of stuff that they're doing. Right now, the only things that they've got in production or coming out are Ahsoka Season 2.
Yeah.
The Starfighter movie with Ryan Gosling, like an actual movie. They've already filmed it. Like, I'm interested. Show me a trailer. If it looks good, you beauty, no problem. something different. That's set after Rise of Skywalker. It's getting out of the whole Mando 5 years after Return of the Jedi Imperial Remnant era. That's something completely different. Apparently, it's got Jedi characters. That's kind of been confirmed because Tom Cruise filmed a scene for it that involved lightsabers. I'm like, what? Like,
okay,
just crazy sort of
so
stuff.
So it's actually pushing the story forward.
Yeah, the cast is insane. Like, it's just this insane list of like, oh, it's Ryan Gosling, it's Amy Adams, Mia Goth, Matt Smith, Aaron Pierre is in it.
Shit.
Like,
okay, that cast has got me.
The cinematographer is Claudio Miranda, who, if people don't know, shot Top Gun Maverick, F1, Tron Legacy. He also shot Life of Pi. He also shot Curious Case of Benjamin Button. He is very good.
Yeah.
The music is being done by Thomas Newman, who
makes sense.
Like, if you can't get John Williams,
Thomas Newman can do that sentimental kind of music really well.
I mean, he's done most of the Pixar movies, the ones that you love. He's done like the score for. He's also done like American Beauty, Road to Perdition, just incredible. Or I get like James Newton Howard, because man, imagine like the quality of the Unbreakable score, but for a Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
that's my dream right there. But again, that's what they got coming out next year. Cool. Ahsoka season 2, it's filming now. Fine. Maul Shadow Lord season 2, they said, yep, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else. No Obi-Wan Kenobi, no Boba Fett. Those are dead. Like, they kept saying, oh, maybe we might do a season 2. No, those are dead. They are not coming back to that.
Why throw good money after bad? I mean...
Exactly. Because they spent money in the wrong places. Like, they spend it all on we'll get these cast members in, but the production of those shows are just... You can see how bad they really look. And that's not the kind of quality Star Wars that people expect when they sit down to watch, in a cinema or at home. Like, Star Wars needs to be much more quality over quantity, and that's what I think they really messed up with. Like, Skeleton Crew, that was a miniseries. That was never really meant to continue. They said that. Acolyte, cancelled. Mandalorian, done. Like, that's where we're at now. So we don't know where it's going, and I feel like this movie, Mandalorian Grogu, simply exists because they thought, we want to do something more because people are still going to buy it, and this movie's already lit the box office on fire. Oh my god, it's actually done pretty well. Not amazingly, it's actually done slightly better than Solo, but the problem is that Solo cost nearly twice as much. So it's like, okay,
they had to remake that whole movie.
Exactly. Which...
I have a problem with the title of this movie.
I also do have,
It's
dumb.
It's dumb, and it evokes no excitement at all. Like, you got, The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens.
Well, it reminds me...
Phantom Menace. There's, intrigue or something you want to find out.
Well, even Attack of the Clones still has, some action in the title,
it has, a pulpy feel to it. And, they're trying to go for that pulpy feel for this, but it's just, The Mandalorian and Grogu. They thought it up in 1 second or something. It's boring.
It's about the Mandalorian and the Grogu. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of... This is the autist in me, I guess. But it bothers me that they don't call it a Star Wars story. I mean, they do that with the other standalones.
It bothers me that Star Wars is not even on screen. The words Star Wars are not on screen at all in this movie.
No, it's just the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Even at the end, when it's close credits, here you go. It just says Mandalorian. That's it. I'm like, but...
It doesn't have a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away either. Why was that not in the movie?
I don't understand. That's what I don't get it.
Yeah,
even the shows still have that little intro that says Star Wars with the helmets and the lights flickering around.
Yeah, the TV shows have this specific intro, with the helmets.
It's fine.
It's decent. No, it is fine.
It works fine for. I'm not expecting opening crawl for Obi-Wan Kenobi and Acolyte season the Acolyte.
Keep that for the episodes. I'm fine with that, but it's just this one. It's like they've disregarded the other conventions. And those conventions, they build some level of... Anticipation and excitement. Yeah. And it's you're in for a Star Wars thing.
Don't get me wrong. I saw this in the IMAX screen.
I saw it in 3D.
Yeah, I saw it in 3D as well.
I don't know why it was in 3D.
Did you like the 3D?
I didn't have an opinion on it. I forgot it was in 3D.
Yeah, kind of. But I would take it off and be like, okay, yeah, I can't watch it without it. But watching it with him...
It did nothing for it.
It made it very dark.
It was already visually dark.
Yeah, that's something. That's a completely different point. I'll get to that, but I don't know. sitting down to watch this, there was a part of me, and there's people might say, "Oh, you're being a bit too negative on this." Don't get me wrong. When this movie was coming out, this is the reason why I rewatched the show. Because I genuinely wanted this to be good. I genuinely thought...
I never thought for a second it would be good.
Well, no, but like, no, don't get me wrong. Beforehand, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really care about this. Why are they making that? But leading up to it, I'm like, well, maybe. You know, I kept seeing the trailer for it. I'm like, okay, I love the score. I don't mind the visuals. All right, I can get behind this. If it's good, great. Awesome. Even if it's decent, even if it's halfway decent, cool. And seeing like the Lucasfilm logo show up in complete silence, I'm like, it brought me back, 11 years ago, Force Awakens coming out. I'll never forget, even, you know what, I will say this, for all the movies that they made, and people have all these wildly different opinions about them, every single time I sat down for every single one of those movies, there was always a part of me that went, oh, I'm excited. Like, I just genuinely got excited each and every single time, no matter what. And I still felt that with this movie. But this is the most disappointed I've been, because I had no expectations for it. I try not to have so many, because I feel like that's how you can really be truly disappointed. If you think this is going to be the greatest movie of all time, then you naturally bring yourself up too high that, there's a potential you could fall even greater. I was on a pretty even level of like, let's see what happens. And I got more disappointed during the movie. As it was progressing, I just felt less and less interested in how they were telling the story, and in the emptiness of it. That there was no point. That by the end, I'm like, that I said this to my dad out loud. I just went, that was it? That's all you got? That's all you can do? That the biggest moment of the movie is just when some X-Wings show up. And I thought, oh, that's right. There's Star Wars. I just forgot that I was even watching that. Because one of the other things I really hated, and it really got to a massive problem towards like the second half of the movie, is that, we praise like how, there's a lot of puppets and a lot of like, creatures that show up, and there's a bit of stop motion thrown in. That's all fun. But really the last sort of chunk of this movie is just MIDalorian, who's a real character, just fighting a bunch of CGI crap.
Yeah, it's just CGI crap.
And I said this to my brothers as well, like, even Rise of Skywalker, as dumb as that movie can get, and I can totally admit that. Sure, watching a bunch of people riding horses on the hull of a Star Destroyer is a pretty silly image. But at least it's real people riding real horses on a real set that has a bunch of CGI around it, sure, but it was still a real set that they rode actual horses on. And it was actual people, and the main character of that movie is an actual person with a face fighting another person with a face. This is just a helmeted guy fighting a CGI beastie or a bunch of robots, and that's it.
I know, there's no depth to it at all. There's no
Star Wars is based in a tangibility.
Yeah.
That's what makes the best stories that they've ever done feel so like synonymous and have been loved so much, is that there is a tangibility. That's what people criticize so much about the prequel trilogy. I still do. Because you lose that tangibility as those movies go on. And this one just fits right into that same vein. This, to me, was on the same level as the Clone Wars movie. Of just like, there's nothing here I'm attaching. It's just lights and sounds and a bunch of weird animation, and that's it. Do we even want to do like spoilers? I don't think there is any spoilers.
There's not really anything to spoil.
Rod the Hutt's in it.
Yeah.
There's a big snake. Martin Scorsese's in it.
Yeah.
But all of this stuff is stuff they already revealed. That's the whole thing. I'm like...
Well, in the trailers, it's like they've got... I think they even have this line in the movie where Sigourney Weaver is like, this is about preventing another war.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, well, that's kind of the hook then. And it's like, there's never any indication that anything like that is going to happen. Like, I mean, the stakes just are not set up that way.
Yeah, and this happens with every Star Wars anything, is that you always think about like how it could be better, or what if they did this instead? They did this or this. I don't know. I just had this idea of, what if this movie didn't end with a whole nice little note of like, oh, fathers and sons or whatever, which I think is the main plot, main sort of theme is fathers and sons. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Well, I watched the whole show. All right,
but there's no like conflict between them. What I mean. There's no emotional.
Yeah.
There's no reconciliation. Like, you'd expect some like reconciliation or some mutual understanding.
What if the movie ended with either Grogu getting captured or a new war starts. Like Thrawn, like I don't know, like there's this big hole, and I know that Ahsoka season 2 is probably going to develop this. So you got this problem of like, okay, you want the movie to have some real momentum, but it feels like a lot of the big stuff they're saving for other stuff. It's like that's not how you should tell a story. It should all be the same. They should all be on the same level. That's why this movie just doesn't fit. It's so inconsequential. I reckon that by the time that Dave Filoni wants to make his Heir to the Empire movie, which will feature, CGI deepfake Luke, Han, and Leia, God help us, and they'll have the Mandalorian in there, you will not need to watch this movie to catch up on that.
No.
That's if this movie even happens, which they announced.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so. I know that Dave Filoni is the co-CEO, so I reckon that he'll want it to happen. Like, he'll will it.
But he doesn't get the final say.
No, and that's what I mean. Like, they're in this weird period where we don't know what's going to come next. They really need to do a lot of backtracking. Stop with the Disney Plus, churning out new shows just for the hell of it. Focus on what is the most important story that we can tell moving forward. What is actually going to start the new era of Star Wars?
Well, that's what it is. Like, it doesn't feel like they're progressing a story.
No.
It feels like they're just playing around with action figures.
Yeah, they're just creating...
The whole thing feels like
that's
that.
one of the biggest criticisms I've seen, is that this movie isn't a movie. It's a marketing tool. It's just a way for them to sell. If honestly, all the trailers to me, they just look like either a trailer for the new season or a new ride at Disneyland, which they've already opened. They already opened. It's the Smuggler's Run Mandalorian edition. Ha! See, it's brand synergy. It's like, ugh.
We got Grogu
Blech.
Burger King fries.
Exactly.
We
We need to
Grogu
sell a
plushes.
popcorn bucket with Mandalorian's head.
Yeah,
which
we got to move this Grogu merchandise. It's just sitting on the shelves because the Grogu fad ended
That's what
5 years ago. So now we have to remind people and then get it moving.
I mean, maybe we should.
That's really the problem. I mean, it's just a lot of this Disney Star Wars.
Yeah.
The movies or the shows are just one part of a huge empire of merchandising.
Exactly.
But then you think of like Andor, for instance.
I was literally about to say
there was no marketing gimmick behind it.
No.
Like, I don't even know if you can buy an Andor toy.
There's one Lego set they made of it, and it's of the shuttle from season 1 that the Pre-More security dudes come in.
Yeah.
And it's Andor and Luthen on a speeder. That's it.
Yeah.
It. Oh, no, that's right.
I guess the droid he has.
They did a second
1.
set for season 2, and it's a very small version of the U-Wing, and it comes with K2SO, and it comes with Andor, and like one of the Imperial security guys, like the stormtroopers without helmets, which fucking love that. I love that so much, because you really feel like, oh god, these guys are dying. These are people that are getting murdered.
Yeah.
It's sick. But like, that's it. That's the only thing
They're not
done.
like concerned with selling the Imperial Gulag,
like
fucking
I like that
toy.
But also on that same level, I don't want all Star Wars.
Well,
to be
I like that.
that.
I like that because it's like they just tell the story.
Yeah.
Like, then there's no larger concerns with this has to fit with that. We have to do this for marketing. Like,
and look, Star Wars has always been like this. It's always been a merchandising juggernaut. They've always created characters simply because we know that will sell as toys. I get it, but it shouldn't feel like that. I know that still exists.
I should be wanting to get the merchandise because I'm excited about the story, not feel like, oh, I'm being marketed to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
The story should tell it first, and then the marketing, they'll come up with a crazy bunch of ideas, on how we can sell this, that, and the other. Like, take it from concept art. You don't have to create stuff just because, it's toyetic. We don't have to
it is very
obey
toyetic.
by that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm very frustrated with this whole, like now close to a decade of Star Wars that's just been dominated by Mandalorian this. That's all that Star Wars has been, to the detriment, I think, of all the other stuff. That's why I'm excited about next year, because it's 50th anniversary of the franchise. We can kind of let the Mandalorian stuff go and just kind of look at the whole thing. There'll be the re-release of the original film. They'll announce a bunch of these things. They'll have a new show. They'll have a new this, that, and the other. Cool. Good. Maybe, I'm certainly hoping, I know this movie's going to do pretty well, maybe not amazing, but there's a part of me that still loves this franchise. I hope that this is the end. I hope this is the end of the Mandalorian story. It won't be. They'll make a sequel movie, or they'll shove them in the new whatever Dave Filoni wants to come up with. Fine. Whatever. But I still hope that, like, the beauty of a story and the beauty of some Star Wars stories is that there is an end point to them. With each of the trilogies, I know it's an ongoing narrative, but they're still trilogies. They still have a beginning, middle, and end inside those little separate parts. You can watch that, any three of the films and go, right, cool, that's it. That's their, and other things went on afterwards, but that's it. That's their little thing. Yeah. Andor is perfect because it hits a perfect endpoint. It just goes, that's it. That's the story we're going to tell. Nothing else. And I respect that. I want that more from Star Wars because also, look at it. That's the stuff that works. That's the stuff that people like. That's why people like Rogue One, because it told its story just in that one singular story and ended right as the original film began. Like, there you go, done. Ta-da. No spin-offs about all those characters. They're all dead.
Except for Andor.
But they were able to find a way to do that, but that was a prequel story. Like, that was the only... And even, I remember when Andor was coming out, even I was like, why are they doing that? That's a stupid idea. We know he dies. Turns out, it's the greatest Star Wars that's been told since 1980. Who knew? Who figured?
Yeah.
I think that's... I'm going to keep talking about this sort of stuff. I think it's still going to be in my brain forever since Star Wars has been in my brain for 10 times of my life since I was 3 years old. I'm 30 now. And I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon, as much as sometimes I'd like it to.
Yeah. Well, I really like Star Wars, but
I didn't like this.
This movie,
Yeah.
what did I...
Do we have to rate it?
Yeah, I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 10.
You mean 4 thumbs up?
4 thumbs up out of 10.
I'm on the same level. Like, I was looking at my ranking, I'm like, this is under Phantom Menace. This is on like...
I'd rather rewatch Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I'd rather
that
rewatch
has standout
Solo.
scenes.
Like, I was thinking...
Yeah, I really would. I did not care for Solo at all. I've seen it once.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it again.
But I would rather watch
I'd rather watch that than this. Because at least that, it's like there's the sort of thing of, how does he become this sort of cynical thief? You know?
Exactly.
And you get the answer in the movie.
I said this. At least that movie has a pace.
But this, it's like literally nothing is new. It's just so fucking recycled.
Yep.
And it's all about just like showing the iconography.
Yep.
That's really all there is to it.
My dad really didn't like it.
And what didn't he like about it?
He hated the script. He hated the line specifically. He pointed it out to me as we're watching. He's like, "Who wrote this?" And I went, "Oh yeah." And as soon as he said that, I realized like, "Oh yeah, this script sucks." Like just the dialogue, especially from Sigourney Weaver towards the end, where they're just like, "Let's light this swamp." And my dad hates stuff like that, like real cliche dialogue. He really, really does not have an ear for it, which I respect. But even I'm just like, yeah, nah. I've seen way better from Star Wars. I've seen worse, but I've seen way better, like script wise. And I don't think Jon Favreau is that strong of a writer. I don't think even Dave Filoni is that strong of a writer. No. And they both wrote this, and one of them's running the company. So yay, hooray!
I don't like the Hutts. I mean, I don't like these giant, disgusting slugs.
I thought they were fine. We can keep talking about this forever, but
I don't like it.
No, I didn't either. And I know a lot of people will.
I don't think this movie is really engendering that kind of love, though.
No, I haven't seen...
At best, people are like, it's good.
Yeah, no, even my uncle, who's been obsessed with Star Wars since he saw it in 1977, like, said on Facebook, we all liked it. And I'm like, uh-huh. Like, it's just, there's that part of me, I'm like, okay. You're not saying, oh my God, it was amazing. Best thing I've ever seen. Oh my God. Nah, it's just like, I liked it.
Yeah.
It was fun. Like, that's what it is. It's that infectious word of, it was fun.
But
I feel like that really just brings it down a notch.
I don't want to sound like a fucking poor man, but if you're making me pay that much for a movie ticket,
I would say
can you please make it better than this?
From my brothers, particularly, but anyone who's on the fence about, I like Star Wars, but I'm not too sure. Wait for Disney Plus. There is no... That's, I think, one thing I really hated is that I saw this in IMAX 3D. At no point did I think I needed to see this in IMAX 3D or even really pay money. You can wait for this movie and it's going to be the same thing on Disney Plus. It's dull. It's so dull. Everything about this movie. It's dull.
Uninspired.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's
uninspired
really
is the word for it, I think.
I think that's, I'd 4 thumbs up would be a very effective rating for this. I wouldn't recommend it. That is our Mandalorian review. thank you for listening for Movies Are Back. I don't know. Do you think we're finished?
Yeah, I think we can leave it there.
We
Yeah,
could keep going forever.
we could, but technically,
We
it's
could-
like
we
we
could-
said what we said.
We could block record this and then release it over like a month, and then we don't have to keep coming back in over and over again.
That's what hacks do.
Oh, all right. Okay. And we are not hacks, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
Thank you
we're
very much
professionals. Yeah.
for listening to Movies Are Back. You can find all the links below in the YouTube comment, which is where I'll be posting everything. We'll be reviving the Instagram, but mostly just stick around for the next episode. We'll most likely be covering, I would say, Masters of the Universe. That'll be the next thing. We'll also do Backrooms, but if you do have any suggestions, you can email us at moviesarebackpodcast@gmail.com. Any questions will be fantastic. Stay tuned for that, and we'll be in touch shortly. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Later.